My friend turned on me over a rumor despite knowing the truth.
Maybe they just couldn't handle the truth.
So this is long and I'm sorry, but a bit of backstory. So I, 32 female, have had this best friend, 32 female, I'll call her Stacy, since my freshman year 9 of high school. So 18 years of friendship now. We met at school and quickly became inseparable. By the way, this comes from Cam189735 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So over the years, we have remained best friends even when life took us in different directions and life paths, such as me being single, traveling, focusing on myself, and her becoming a wife and a mother and focusing on that. We remained absolute best friends. She had met her soon-to-be husband, 32 male, I'll call him Matt, in high school. They broke up many times over the years, dated other people, but always wound up back together. Eventually, they got married after she became pregnant with their oldest around a summer of 2015, and they were doing great. Then they split in like 2017, and she filed for divorce, but they never officially finished it, so it was closed and they got back together maybe a month or two later. Eventually, they had 2 more children. Eventually, a couple of years ago, she randomly texted me asking if I was interested in a new job working from home. Coincidentally, I had just found out the day before then that I needed knee surgery, and given that I, at the time, was a retail store manager, I was panicking about how I would work while recovering from surgery. I decided to take the leap and say yes to the job offer from my best friend to work for her and her then husband's company in the construction industry. I've been with him, then husband, for 2 years and have absolutely loved every moment working for him, that is. I sincerely love my job. He's a fantastic boss, and he has helped me with things that he didn't need to just to show how he appreciates me, i.e., he sent me $700 at one point to help me settle a medical debt with my psychiatrist because my health insurance had lapsed because I was misled by my insurance agent, and he told me, just don't worry about paying it back. He also gave me a raise of $10K on my 1-year anniversary, and I cried and thanked him because that would cover the increase in my health insurance. And then he texted me that he raised me another $5K so that I could enjoy the raise and not have it all go to my health insurance. And he brought me a brand new iPad in my favorite color just because he knew I had wanted one. He even helped me get a second job with another company he works for. I get to do both jobs simultaneously. Both bosses know about the other, obviously, in a 40 to 45 hour work week working from home. And I love both jobs, both what I do and who I work with. I feel extremely fortunate, especially considering I now make more than double what I made at my very physically and mentally demanding job as a retail manager after being there twice as long as I've been with my current companies. I obviously have a relationship with her soon-to-be ex-husband as not only her spouse and my boss, but as a friend who I've known since she met him. And most importantly, I consider him a friend because they have children together. Once my best friends have children with someone, I'll try everything I can to be friends with both parties because I grew up in a split house and understand how harmful picking sides can be to the kids. So unless one parent is absolutely awful or a deadbeat, once they have kids together, their kids are the most important thing to me, and I will love each parent equally. Now on to the drama. Stacy texted me out of the blue one day here a couple of weeks ago, going off on me about how I went on a girls trip with Matt's new girlfriend, ? I was completely lost as to what she was talking about. She was cussing at me, calling me names, saying I did not truly care about her or her kids because I had chosen a friendship with the new girlfriend over her, Stacy. Up to this point, Stacy has been very back and forth on wanting to get back together with Matt. Basically, if she had a new guy interested in her or she was dating someone, they had been living separately for over a year at this point, she was all about the divorce. If nobody was giving her attention at the moment, she was all about saving the family and getting Matt back.
That's so exhausting.
Save the family.
Pick a lane and stay in it.
I texted her back asking, what are you talking about? And she said that she had been told by a trustworthy source that I had gone on a girls trip with Matt's new boyfriend. She was not backing down on me being a terrible person and friend, despite me absolutely denying those rumors because it isn't true. I had texted with his new girlfriend a bit, only to organize a surprise birthday dinner for Matt. But that was still a few days away. I had never even met this girl in person. Eventually, I just said, okay, fine. If this is how you want to end a 18-year friendship, so be it. It shows how much you value our friendship. Fast forward like 3 weeks. We haven't spoken. She texts me some upsetting news about her family because obviously I love them after being around them for 18 years. I express my gratitude for her keeping me in the loop and say they'll be on my mind, basically. She apologizes for everything. She says she shouldn't have lashed out, that she's under a lot of stress with the divorce and the kids and maintaining the house and fighting out life now, etc., etc. How she misses me and regrets lashing out. And I said that I understand how that could be, but that isn't a great excuse for acting that way. That I would have simply asked her if it was true, but she tells me the person's name who told me this rumor. It was a fellow employee. I'll call her Beatrice.
Oh.
Of the company I work for.
Okay.
Matt's company. Talk to me.
I was so stressed because I was waiting for it to be like Matt was the one who did that. I was waiting for it to be like, yeah. And me and OP and my new girlfriend and like we all went on a trip and it was great and we all talked about how we don't like you. And like I was waiting for that. I was like, and now Matt is not the cool guy. But Matt,
he's still cool.
Still a cool guy.
I told dude,
still a cool guy.
I'm 90%. Like I feel like Matt's gonna take the thing home.
Yes.
And he's genuinely being genuine good boy.
Yes, and now we've got a whole B situation.
Dude.
Or should I say the Beatrice situation?
Beatrice had recently started being super aggressive towards me for no reason, to the point that 2 other employees approached me about how her aggression towards everything I say was making them feel uncomfortable on virtual company meetings. Matt had offered to talk to her, but I said no because I'm not confrontational. I just ignore stuff. I had basically become Matt's right hand by this time. We felt very comfortable discussing business topics with each other. He runs everything for his company by me. It's a small company, but still comes to a lot of decisions, and we discuss dang near everything before he makes the big decisions. So naturally, he tells me lots of things. And Beatrice had been warning him that I was embezzling money and legitimately not doing any work. Now, there's 2 problems with this. I can think of many. 1, I didn't even have access to her company's finances. I knew numbers because Matt tells me pretty much everything, but I didn't have direct access to the money, so how would I have embezzled? And 2, as I mentioned before, I have 2 jobs. 1 working for Matt and 1 working for him. In both jobs, he's my boss, so he knows what I'm doing, when and why. I text him anytime I'm not at my desk between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. He doesn't even care what hours I work as long as the work gets done, lol. He asked me to please stop texting him my every move because it makes him feel like he doesn't trust me. So I am working, just not on what Beatrice wants me to be working on. So Beatrice is known to be a liar. And Stacy knows this, but she chose to lash out at me anyways. I tell Stacy that I accept her apology and I appreciate it, but I'm not sure if things will ever go back to how they used to be because it sincerely hurt me that she thought that little of me, that I would hurt her like that. And since then, things haven't really been the same. I don't feel the urgency to text her back like I used to, or find myself missing hanging out with her. So am I the a-hole for limiting/changing this friendship dynamic after she lashed out? We have an update, but just super quick checking in. Is OP the a-hole?
No. I mean, I think if anything, it just kind of that when you take a really passive stance, things just kind of happen around you. And it seems like OP has chosen that kind of passive approach of like, instead of talking it out or confronting the issue, just gonna kind of let it ride. And then like how I feel about it is going to affect me. And then, yeah, it makes sense that you're not texting them back that fast.
Update. Adding this in for some context. We've had issues in the past. I've caught her in many lies about weird stuff over the years, cross-checking some stuff that she's told me on some stuff by talking with people involved casually, and a lot of times they act like I'm crazy because of what I'm saying, aka what Stacy has told me is just way off from the truth. Between conversations she's had with Matt to things happening with mutual friends, I've been shown proof even of some stuff she says happening not being true, but I've always just ignored it because I love her and just figure that she likes the attention. Now, I've heard her tell stories to people about situations I was with her in, and she embellishes a lot of random things. Made up a whole story once about us being pulled over that never happened, but she did it because she was late to something and made that as an excuse, I guess. But as far as Beatrice goes, I completely agree about her being toxic. She was let go a week after Stacy blew up on me. Firing was unrelated to the Stacy situation. She was let go for many many reasons relating to work, even outside of her attitude towards me. Only reason it took a few weeks was because Matt and I were making sure that we had proof of everything. The two employees who expressed discomfort at how she was speaking to me. But please don't think we don't value their feelings in being uncomfortable. The two employees, we did. We actually stopped virtual meetings altogether for a while to avoid having them put in a situation while Beatrice was still with us. By the way, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple, search OK Storytime, and get 2,000 episodes worth of stories. But let's get into the end of this story here.
Yeah.
The only reason I told Matt not to confront her when he asked me the other two employees not expressed concerns yet, or I would have chosen to address it, was because I thought maybe I was just overreacting or being too sensitive. Like maybe she was just having a bad week or something and it would get better or something like that. I saw some comments asking if Beatrice had access to finances. The answer is no. No company card or access to see the accounts. She didn't know what anyone was paid or anything like that. I have no idea where this embezzling thing comes from. I don't know how she figured that one up. It was genuinely a mystery to Matt and I both. And that's the end of the story. Kind of a cliffhanger there. It's okay to have the conversation. Like if we're giving OP any note here in the story, I think that it is okay to talk and communicate and express the things that you maybe don't feel good about or you're like trying to work through and all of that jazz.
Yeah, have the confrontation.